Hello and welcome to the Natural Way of Life. This is your June energy update. So this fabulous month of June, and what is the energy bringing for you? What are some of the themes? That is what I'm going to be looking at in today's video. So what I'll be covering is we have a strawberry full moon fast approaching us, which will take place on around, depending again where you are in the world, but that is probably around the 21st, 22nd. We also have the summer solstice, which will fall on again around the 20th, 21st, depending on where you are. So a lot of pink energy going on, guys, with this strawberry full moon, because the season and the month and why it's associated with strawberries is obviously because it's that summer month. If you're anything like me and your strawberries have resprouted in your garden, I have been picking them this month, so I've had nice organic fresh strawberries. They're in their prime season, and wildlife, nature, it's all kind of beaming. This is its peak, okay? And life should be a little bit sweeter in these summer months. However, if you're like me and you're in the UK, oh my gosh, it's just been grey, wet, and quite frankly, depressing. So I'm not too impressed with the weather situation. But hey, well, maybe you're somewhere else in the world and you can share with us and give us a bit of sunshine. So, and then we also have, I will look at it from a numerology perspective, we are in a universal 14-5 month. 5 being that energy of freedom, movement, travel, speaking your truth, the throat chakra area. And the 14-5 being the challenge number, also known as a karmic number, does throw in some obstacles there for us and is felt more strongly if you have that 14-5 energy in your own personal numerology. So let's get into it. So I will just start by saying, guys, this month has been, I'm going to say, intense. And I feel like I've experienced the 14-5 energy. I do have it in my first name anyway, but it is about that number. Just to give you a little bit of insight onto it, it is about balance, okay? That number is about balance, because if you look at the numbers before we get to the 5, we have 1, the root chakra, 4, the heart chakra, then the 5th chakra. So it's looking at, are you in balance? Are you too flexible? Are you too rigid? Are you stubborn? Are you confident? Okay. Are you moving with the flow of life? Are you moving in the wrong direction? Are things in too much excess? Because that number, I do see that a lot, which is associated with things in excess. They may be displayed through behaviors such as maybe, for instance, overeating, issues with food, drugs, drink, sex, gambling, rock and roll, you name it, technology, people's phones, people's iPads. Maybe extreme sports, I don't know, or it could just be, again, that throat chakra, maybe it's been used to be too argumentative, it's those things in extremes. But it also can be calling us to look at our confidence, okay, and our self-esteem, and are they low maybe, and are we blocking ourselves in some way? Or on the opposite side, is it being too overconfidence and ignoring the finer details in life? It can also show up as blockage of travel. Now, I will share with you, for me, this month hasn't been going great. I have had a blockage of travel. I've had blockage of movement. I feel like my freedom has been taken from me and I'm really restricted. I had an ankle injury, and it wasn't even something I could control. It was just something that happened as an accident. And obviously I've been suffering the consequences. And the funny thing is, I had so much I wanted to do this month, and things that did involve travel and movement. And hey, my ankles kept me in bed for over a week so far, pretty much, near enough. And it's still not healed. So I took that as my sign as, hey, the universe really wants me to reground, reconnect, recharge, and rest. And sometimes we don't always have the answer to things at the time and at the moment they happen, but we have to just sit and reflect on it. So it has called me inwards a lot. Then I've been faced with, again, some of the more challenged sides of that 14-5 energy. I've been doing a lot of binge watching stuff on like series just to distract me from my reality, not eating great foods, going off track there. So I felt very disappointed in myself. Like, I'm very harsh on myself. But hey, having the awareness of it is great. So I'm interested to hear for you guys, how has it showed up for you? Or maybe on the positive side, you're experiencing the positive vibrations of that 5 energy, and you have had a lot of movement, travel, change, adventure, exploring, throat chakra, channeling, all sorts, you know. Or for some, maybe they are having problem areas with your throat chakra. Maybe you're getting sore throats, coughs, things that need to be spoken up about, got off your chest, you know, speaking your truth. I'm intrigued. Let me know in the comments how that is falling out for you. Now, you're probably seeing from all the images going through, pretty images of this summer solstice energy too. So I'm intrigued, how do you celebrate that? What does it mean to you? Because obviously the summer solstice is that recognition and connecting us to nature, and it's connecting us to the seasons, to the changes. It's the longest night and the shortest day. Okay, and it should be a really bright time of year, but I'm struggling there's no sunlight here, guys, so I'm not gonna be my usual, like, I can't be too happy right now about that. I'm a sun child. I need some sun. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a live around the full moon, and we will tune in and connect with the summer solstice energy. You know, maybe you'll set up a little shrine somewhere in your home. Maybe you'll go outdoors and celebrate in nature, but it is a great time. And what's really interesting is that this falls, let's say around the 20th, this summer solstice, and then we have literally the full moon within a day or two of that, again depending where you are in the world. And for me, energetically, that is a huge energy portal. So I feel like as much time as you can possibly have in nature to ground yourself, to connect to the energies, or to meditate, to be at one, because you will receive more healing coming through. There will be changes to your cells, to your consciousness. I do believe at times like that the veils are thinner. Okay, so that means for me it is easier to connect with spirit, with other realms, dimensions, easier sometimes to receive information incoming and outgoing. But I do feel like that will be quite a turning point for us as well, a really interesting turning point. But I do want to celebrate that myself. So again, look out for the details of the live, but also share in the comments. I love hearing from others. How are you going to celebrate this? What will it mean for you? And then obviously those full moon energies, when the moon's at its biggest and brightest, that is about outward energy. Okay, so again, great time to hold celebrations. And that full moon does fall under the sign, I just have to double check, but I do believe it is Capricorn energy. So it can be, you know, an interesting time. Again, if you're Capricorn, you're gonna feel that energy more heightened than others at that particular time, because wherever Capricorn lays in your astrology chart, that's where you'll feel it most. And it's creating that space for you to reflect on things that you're valuing in your life, recognizing if you prioritize those enough, what do you want more of in your life, what don't you? It's about restoring balance in our lives as well, which again is that theme with that 5 energy. Okay, just like this image, it's like, woof, the bird is out of the cage. Like, don't restrict yourself, don't hold yourself back, because we are all here for a purpose and a reason, and we're here to fulfill dreams, deep desires, and things that our soul will call us to do. So it's about breaking those chains, which symbolically that 14-5 energy is a bit like that. It is like almost like being chained down, and it can be really quite challenging. Like, it took me a lot of years to overcome that, and I do feel like as well it does hold us. One other way to describe it is it is like a sometimes it can be self-imposed, or sometimes it can just be your environment, or it could even be a relationship, but it will be things that hold you back from flourishing and growing and expanding. And it's like limitations, restrictions on your freedom. So it's a really interesting time. And some people do associate that with like other lives or past lives or reasons you're having these lessons in this lifetime. But again, I will leave that for you to kind of make your own, what feels right for you with that understanding. But it's looking at ways that we can step out of that, those restrictions or those literal chains or shackles upon us, whether they are physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And just reflecting on your freedom. So where is your freedom currently? How do you want your freedom to look? And being flexible with, I guess, the flow of life, and not blocking ourselves, which is why it's a challenge number, because it's a really challenging topic, especially if it affects you in your life. But yeah, reflect, maybe journal, sit and think about this. But how does your freedom look at the moment? Do you feel it's restricted? Because we all need a healthy balance of freedom, and that is what this energy is about, combining balance with freedom and truth, and being able to be our true selves in a healthy and happy way. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to connecting with more of you on the live that I will be holding later this month. Thank you so much for watching.